Good morning, everyone. I've got my microphone on. Okay. Just making sure. Good morning. How is everyone today? It is Friday. Yay. All right. Let's see. We already have a few things kind of popping up on the scanners. Let's take a look. Last trading day of the week, right? All right, this one, the relative volume is under 5, but everything else looks pretty good. But it's below VWAP. That doesn't look good. So let's take a look. Okay, TDIC. Let's see what else is popping up. AIIO. Okay, this is above VWAP. That's a good sign. Let's see what else. APUS. That has extremely low volume, so that's probably not going to work. Let's see, CTM. I'm just throwing some stuff up here. CTM. What happened to TDIC? TDIC. Okay. So I'm just throwing a few things up here that are popping up. PMAX. Ugh, I hate when that happens, when it hovers above the ticker and then removes it. Let's see, AIIO, CTM. Let's see what's happening with PMAX. Okay, this is, let's see, PMAX. The relative volume is still pretty low on PMAX. CTNT. CTNT. Oh, that's below VWAP. Oh, wait, I have to remove these studies here. What's going on here? Move drawing. Okay, so PMAX. Let's see, PMAX. The price is under $10. The float is under 20 million. Relative volume is almost 5 times the 50-day average. It's really close. It's like 4.6. So that sounds good. No news, but hard to borrow on Thinkorswim. The total volume is still under 500,000 though. So the volume's not there yet. I really want to see the volume above 500,000. And let's see, I read most of my trading plan before we started today, but I'm trying to make sure I read through it every day. I'm looking at my scaling rules. So I can't level up to the next group of to 150 shares until I've met certain criteria. And one of them, and the criteria has to be across previous 20 trades. So I am, let's see. ARTV is above $10, so I'm not going to look at that today. Let's see, AIIO. This is just hovering right above VWAP. This looks like it could be something. It's a penny stock, but I'm going to be less rigid on that because I missed out on a really good opportunity recently because I refused to trade a penny stock. And the price action looked really good. So if the price action looks good and the volume's there, I'm going to consider it. CTNT way below VWAP, so I'm going to take that off my list. TDIC also below VWAP, I'm going to take that off my list. But PMAX, this could be a possibility. It meets all my criteria for stock selection, except it has no news. But again, that would be nice to have, but it's not my main consideration anymore. I definitely want news, but I missed out on some good opportunities because I was waiting for news and everything else looked perfect. So that seems kind of silly. If the price action's good, the price action is good. Okay, so PMAX, the relative volume is over 5 times the 50-day average. So this looks like the best option right now. This is the high of day. I'm going to look at the daily chart. Okay. So it looks like it's gone up to $20 back here. So that's good. There's room to grow. Why don't I see my, hold on. Let me see. Oh, there we go. The 200 simple moving average is at $20. So this all looks good to me. This looks good to me. Okay, so it had a pullback here. I missed that, missed the first pullback. But now I'm looking for a second pullback. All right, so good morning. Hey, Duvan. Let's see. I'm looking for a second pullback on this. So far, it looks pretty good. I missed this one because I was kind of looking at my charts, figuring some stuff out, but I'm gonna look at the 10-second chart. Let's see. PMAX. I'm gonna look at my 10-second chart. I'm gonna look at the 5-minute chart really quick. 5-minute chart. Okay. All right, so we've got a high here at 517. And I'm looking for a pullback. Right here, I like this. The volume candles are going up when the price action is going up. When the price is coming down, the volume's coming down. This looks like a micro pullback here. I'm watching the 10-second chart. It's kind of pulling back on the 10-second chart. But see how this candle, it has a lower volume? This might be like a flat top breakout. This could end up being a flat top breakout. So oh, it hit my stop. Hit my stop, so I had to get out. So, yep. All right, so trade number 1 today is a red trade. That means I have to take a 15-minute break too. All right, that's fine. So the first trade was a flat top breakout. And I'm going to call this a full stop. Full stop. So I have to take a 15-minute break. So let's see, this candle is at 7:10. I can't trade again until 7:25. Because my timeout rules, okay? One red trade, I take a 15-minute break. And that is how this is going to work, guys. All right, so I'm going to use this time then to put that into my TraderView app. I did see some price hesitation. And I was thinking, should I get out at break even? And then it dropped fast. So I just got out at my stop. Whew. Didn't get out below my stop, which is good. I just missed getting out below my stop. So that is really good. Wow. All right, so saved by the penny there, huh? So I got to look at my rules. See, this is where my trading plan, I posted it on Substack yesterday. I'm very deep into my trading plan lately. All right, so let me move this over to my, I'm going to import this trade into my TraderView. Listen, it stinks to start off with a red trade. I hate that, but the cooling off rule, this timeout rule is really important. Okay, so let me look at my trade for today. Today only. Whoops. Okay, so it was a flat top breakout, so my risk was $10. Flat top breakout. I didn't violate my stop by a penny. So let's say it was price hesitation and I tried to get out and it was dropping very quickly. So right now I'm at almost a full stop, but not quite. All right, so we have one red trade today and I am out until 7:25. Now, if I get another red trade, I'm out for 30 minutes. If I get 3 red trades, I'm out for the day. All right, so I need to be really careful on the next one. I have to be really careful on the next one. All right, no shenanigans for me. All right, so okay, so I literally missed a stop violation by a penny. Okay, so if I had made a stop violation today, I would have had to start the clock over on my 20 trades in order to scale up. I literally missed it by a penny. Wow. Okay. All right. I'm going to take that win. Okay. So that was not a stop violation. Okay. If I had had 3, so I had a stop violation. Did I have a stop violation Monday? Let's see. If I have 3 in a week, I have to scale down the number of shares. Oh, this is so hard. This is so hard, guys. All right. So let's take a look at the week. All right, the week. Let's look at the week. All right. So this week I had a stop violation on Tuesday. Is that Tuesday? Yes. On Tuesday, I had a stop violation. Today, I missed it by a penny. Okay, if I have three in 1 week, I have to go down to 50 shares. Yeah, today's Friday. Well, no. I'm being more flexible in the news. If I see good price action and good volume, I'm being more flexible in the news. I would like to see news. That makes it a stronger decision, right? But I'm not being too rigid about it. Okay, so regardless, I'm out till, for another 8 minutes. And I'm going to use this time to kind of make sure I'm where I'm supposed to be on all my rules. I don't have any daily loss limits this week. It would be kind of hard for me to hit a daily loss limit. That's like $300 at my account size. And 3 consecutive red days would also cause me to scale down. So yeah, let's see. I have 7 more minutes before I can trade again. And that's good. Honestly, I really like the timeout. It's good. The timeout is good. Okay. So I had to start the clock over yesterday because of the stop violation and the timeout violation on, let's see, Tuesday I had a stop violation. Okay, and I also had a timeout violation. So I had no trades Wednesday. That was a no trade day. But because of this, I had to start the clock over again. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trades that count towards me trying to scale up. All right, so let's see. update. I have my trading plan over on Substack. I posted it in the post section, so you guys can go over and look at it if you want. It's definitely something I'm going to be changing as I go through my trading. Kind of a bummer starting today with a red trade. Yeah, kind of a bummer, but I can't trade again. I'm on a timeout right now for another at least 6 minutes, and that's a good thing. Now I have to be really careful because if I get another red trade, I'm out for 30 minutes. Ugh. So this is really going to keep me, you know, only picking something really, really good for the next trade. So let's see, SKYQ popped up, but the relative volume is low. So PMAX had everything that I was looking for except for news. But this is where I got caught here. It popped up a little bit. I saw the price hesitation. I thought maybe I should try to get out of break even, and then it dropped and I got out. I rejected. So this big red candle right here. Luckily, I got out 1 penny before my stop. So I didn't have a stop violation on that. Okay. Alrighty, so AIIO. Maybe this is a day for scalping a few green trades. I don't know. So according to my trading plan, right, I saw the price hesitation. Okay. And according to my plan is to, if I see one exit indicator, which I did, I'm supposed to tighten the stop to break even and then keep watching. And I thought to myself, should I get out at break even? I might have said it out loud on the live stream. When I go back to timestamp my trades for my recap, I will, my timestamp my live stream, I will see if that's what I said, but I think I said I should get out at break even. And yeah, and then it started to really drop fast and I got out. So I didn't technically see a second indicator. So on my trading plan, I have like if 2 or more indicators are there. I guess I did. Failure to make a new high. That definitely was a failure to make a new high, right? And a topping tail, it had a couple of indicators. So let's see. I am going to put my second indicator because if I get out, let's see, my second indicator was, I'm going to say, do I have that on here? No. Failure to make a new high. Can I make I can make a tag that long. Okay, so I have two exit indicators on here. All right. Which makes sense, right? You can have more than one exit indicator. That gives you more conviction to get out, and that's what happened to me. All right. Although I feel like one exit indicator might be enough if the price is below your entry point, right? But, you know, this week my goal over on Substack is working on my stops. So today I'm going to do my full week recap on how I did on that goal. And then on Monday I'll pick a new goal. Sometimes the goal is the same goal because I'm not just picking a new goal every week. I am going with whatever the bottleneck is based on the previous 30 days data. So what I'll do over the weekend is I'll look at before Monday, because I'll post my Monday Substack like Monday morning before trading starts. Good morning, James. And so what I'll do is I'll look at the previous 30 days of data, and then I'll use that to help me select the new goal for next week. And I'm doing a data-driven approach. James, I have one red trade, but it's not a stop violation. Okay, I got in, I saw price hesitation, and then the price started to drop, so it didn't make a new high. I saw the topping tail, and I got out right before my stop. So I did not have a stop violation. However, it's a real bummer. And I am in timeout. So I have 1 more minute of timeout. If I get another red trade, then I have to take a 30-minute timeout. Ugh. So I have to be really careful on this next trade. You know, so it's consecutive red trades. So if I get another green trade and then I get another red trade, that new red trade is only a 15-minute timeout. But if I get 2 red trades in a row, then I have to take a 30-minute timeout. Boo. This is good though. This timeout thing is like been a game changer. Okay, this is definitely a game changer. I wish I had started this a long time ago. Awesome. That is an awesome goal. That is such a good goal. Yes. Stick to it, James. Yeah. I mean, I think my entry was good here. Of course, I wouldn't call this an A+ setup. I'd call it a B setup because it didn't have news, right? But I am being more flexible on that. That's one of my icing on the cake in the stock selection criteria. And it popped up, and let's see, I got in at, let's take a look. I got in at 523, so I got in a little high, because not a little high, right here, because I was waiting for confirmation on the volume. Popped up to 544. It popped up. I didn't sell. Wow, it popped up fast though. I honestly didn't even catch that. It popped up that fast. And then it rejected. So that's the way the cookie crumbles. Looks like your trade was just a false breakout. Yeah, it was. I think it was a false breakout. Absolutely. It was definitely a false breakout. So I don't think I made a good decision on the entry. And I made a good decision on the exit too. So I would consider that a good trade. And I didn't violate my stop, which was 10 cents a share. I literally just made it in under a penny because it was dropping quickly, but I reacted right away. So it was just I think it was a false breakout. And we can put that in the notes. Let's see. False breakout. We'll put that in the notes. I put things in the notes that are going to help me remember what happened, and also so that when I do my recap, you know, I can remember. Looks like your trade, yeah, just a false breakout. So it's not a crisis and it's not a stop violation. So it doesn't affect me being able to scale up. I'm now 5 trades in. So that was 5 of 20. I have to have 20 trades that meet certain criteria. It goes by the last 20 trades in order for me to scale up. I also have rules now in place where I might have to scale down. So let's hope I don't get to that point today. I've had 1 stop violation. Actually, no, I haven't had any discretionary stop violations this week, but I had an execution stop violation. So that doesn't count towards scaling down. Okay, so that's good. See, this is why I'm reading through my rules every morning, because I'm at the point where I'm still sometimes like they're not completely internalized. All right. And okay, so these are the things. My trading plan is over on Substack, and I'm going to keep updating it as I go so that you can see what I'm currently doing. So it's a living document. Okay. Oh, something's popping up. Let's see. And I'm out of timeout, right? Yes. GMEX. All right. GMEX. So now my next trade, if it's red, I have a 30-minute timeout. So I really have to get a green trade by having good decision here. So this one, the volume is under 500,000. And it's hard to borrow, so that's not bad. It doesn't have news. Let's see, it's under $10. The float is under, it's under 1 million. The relative volume's high. The gap is 20% over the previous day's close. Okay, so this looks good except for news and the total volume. So I'm gonna wait and see what happens with that. Let's see, AIIO. This looks like, you know, maybe people are scalping some trades here. Maybe that's what I need to do to get back on track, you know, the next trade. Maybe I'm just gonna try to scalp a green trade and call it a day so that I can get my confidence back up. TRAW, let's see what this is. TRAW. The problem with scalping trades is that I won't be able to scale up unless my R number is 0.8 or greater than my risk. So I have to make sure that I'm getting it almost one time. My profit is 0.8 times my risk, average over 20 trades. That's going to be the bottleneck for me. TRAW. All right, this looks good. Let's see what the news is. TRAW's pharma to advance potential clinical candidates for the treatment of hantavirus infections. Well, is that not super relevant right now? I'm expecting this to do well. I don't really watch, like, I watch financial news, but like, I think everyone's heard about the cruise with the hantavirus, right? I don't know what's going on with it, but my daughter came in my room the other day and was like, "Did you hear about it?" As I took my kids on a cruise in January. So now, of course, whenever they see cruise in the news, 216. Oh, wow. Okay, so it's above the 200 simple moving average. So let's see. Let's look at the high. I want to look at the daily chart. I'm going to see what's going on here. All right, so there's a window back to 3. I don't understand. I'm having trouble. Let's see. To make sure my study set is connected because it keeps something I have to do when I'm not live on YouTube. Admin. All right, so it's pulling back. It's below VWAP now, though. And let's see, is it hard to borrow? Yep, it's hard to borrow. The total volume is over 500,000. This looks like a potential. I think this is going to go up because of this whole hantavirus thing. Let's see, how's the stock market doing today? Futures moved higher early in trading as investors brace for the April jobs report. So my previous job experience, I worked for 17 years for the U.S. Department of Labor. So anything that comes out from the Department of Labor, like BLS or, you know, jobs reports or anything like that, I'm like, Department of Labor. I worked for them for so long. I was in government contracting. So, but I don't know. I think this has potential. I think the hantavirus thing is going to, it's very on point. So the people with the cruise ship that had hantavirus on it, I guess is still floating out in the middle of the ocean. I guess they're quarantined. I'm not sure if they're still in quarantine. But I think this might do well. I'm guessing it's a very relevant of the moment headline, right? But now, like you said, if the 200 exponential moving average is at 216, it popped up, but is it really going to sustain this level? This is a big topping tail, right? It's pulling back. This is the top of the low candle. It's breaking out. But I want to see this volume candle go up. I don't see any big sellers on the ask. It's about halfway through that candle. Okay, I was really overly cautious because I didn't even want to wait till the target. I was really overly cautious because of my red trade, but it was hesitating somewhat. So I'm a little disappointed in myself that I didn't really give it a chance to go, but I got 5 cents a share. So last week my goal was exit target. So let's see. I had one exit indicator, which was the price hesitation, but it didn't go down to my stop. And my second one was I felt like the price wasn't moving up fast enough. But look at this. I left profit on the table, guys, because I was too nervous. I left profit on the table. Good morning, HG. Sad face. I left profit on the table. Look at that. But it's a green trade, so I'm out of danger. But I gave it a chance and it just ugh. So I got out here. Right? So I don't think I had a second exit indicator. I only had one. So and that was a bull flag pullback. And but I'm green. Well, I'm not green on the day. I'm green on the trade. But well, I do look at the 10-second chart often for confirmation. I shouldn't be in and out so quickly though, TJ. See, I'm leaving money on the table. I'm getting out too quickly. I should be staying in way longer on like this trade. I should have stayed in way longer. I probably should have gotten out like here, right? Because here it closed here, this candle, this is the candle that I got out on. And on this one, it probably dipped down here. Maybe I would have got out here or let it ride up if I didn't see another exit indicator. So yes, but I really don't want to be getting out that quickly. I really want to be trading on the 1 minute chart for a bull flag pullback. For a micro pullback, yes, 10-second chart for sure. But yeah, I shouldn't be getting out that quickly. That's one of my problems, which I am trying to address. The candles are the number amount. So I was I think I was watching, I don't know. I'll have to go back and look at my live stream, which is one of the things that I do is for the exit, I was looking at the number. I think I glanced at the level 2 to make sure there weren't any big sellers in the ask. I think I was watching the level 2. I don't know. Huh. Okay, I'm going to make a note to see what was I watching. I think I should be watching the level 2. That's what I think I should be watching, and the tape. But maybe I was looking at the number because I was worried about being red and having another time out. Yeah, thank you for challenging me on that. So this is so great because you guys are challenging my decisions and questioning my decisions, and that is so helpful. And then you're all seeing the discussion, so you're going to learn from that. Yeah, see, I definitely left money on the table here. But you know, this is where I'm starting to question my exit indicators. Price not moving up. Well, if let's just say the price goes up to here and then it starts dropping down, is this where I should have sold anyway? Maybe I didn't make a terrible decision on where to sell. But, you know, it was well before my target. My minimum target is 1-to-1, but look at this. Look at this. This was my target way up here. Now, maybe that was unrealistic given that this was a huge topping tail, but that was my target. And look, it went all the way up to most of that way. And I'm just cutting my winners off way before I should. But thank you for challenging me on that, TJ. I think the thing is that I am getting out of my my winners too quickly. That is a huge problem. So I have two problems right now. I'm letting my losers go too long and not letting my winners run enough. Last week I was working on exit indicators to try to let my winners run longer. This week I'm working on my stops to try to, you know, handle that problem. And, you know, the thing is that I do think in terms of prioritizing what's more important, risk management is more important than letting my winners run, for sure, right? If you have a boat that has a hole in it, you have to plug the hole and stop the water from coming into the boat before you can even figure out where you're going to go. So I feel like I have to work on risk management first. But yes, thank you for questioning that, because I do think that I'm not sure exactly where I was looking. So let me know where you guys are looking, what you guys are looking at when you're in the trade. Are you looking at the price action on the chart? Are you looking at the number? Are you looking at the level 2? I should be looking at the level 2, right? Maybe I was just too nervous because I knew if I got a second red trade, I'd be in a timeout, right? Because my timeout rules, my first trade was red, so I had a 15-minute timeout. And then I was worried that I was going to get a second timeout and be out for 30 minutes. So I was like, I got to be green. So I cut my winner off when I left profit on the table. So here we have another pullback because I'm talking. I missed it. But I do think this stock is going to grind higher because of the hantavirus thing. I think this is definitely very of the moment news, right? And it's near the top of the top gainer scanner on Warrior Trading scanners. So Yep. I think the level 2 is where I should be looking. Level 2 in the tape. But you're calling me out because I'm not sure if that's where I was looking. So, thank you. All right, so whew, doing things live is good because you guys are really calling me out on my stuff here. It's like being in therapy. All right. You're calling me out on my problems. Thank you. All right, I feel like we have a potential flat top breakout because there's resistance here at high of day. I feel like this is a potential breakout here, and the volume's going down, which I like. This to me is definitely, yep. Okay, I'm getting out at break even because it was hesitating so much. And the price just wasn't moving up. So I got in for a flat top breakout. So in that case, I was looking at the number because I'm watching for I wanted to make sure I didn't go past my stop. So I was looking for a flat top breakout there. Which I guess you could also call a micro pullback, but I was trading this on the 1-minute chart. And I saw too much price hesitation and the price not moving up. So I reset so on my trading plan, this is where I'm learning. I saw the price hesitation and I reset my stop to break even. But I didn't do that on that red trade. Well, I did. I said I should get out at, I think I did say out loud, I should get out at break even. And then it dropped more. So I did say that. So let's see. I'm going to transfer these to, oh, they're not showing up on the, there we go. I'm going to transfer these to my trader view and see what is going on with that. So I'm going to import my trades. And refresh status. Okay, so these are my two trades. My two trades that I just took. This one was a bull flag pullback. Wait, I have to check and see what my risk was. So on this one, this was this one right here. My risk was 17 cents. Whoops. Okay, so this is where I am kind of, I just realized something. I just realized something. Wow. Okay. Good exit. Yeah, right. The volume. Yep. Yep. Thanks, TJ. But I just realized something on my trading plan. Okay. So, all right. So I did something wrong on this trade. This is an issue. I had my stop the low of the last low candle, but my risk would have been 170. And I already established in my trading plan that I'm not going to take a risk that's more than 1% of my account. And 1% of my account is $100. So if I'm not going to do that, I have to kind of go back to my 10 cents a share for my stops because of my account size. So I don't think I have anything built into my plan in terms of like penalizing myself for that, but that's something that I'm just realizing. And so price hesitation and failure. What was it? Price not going up was the other one, right? Price not moving up. So guys, this is a living price not moving up. This is a work in progress. So, and what did I say? After first indicator, I reset stop to break even. That was the first thing. And the second thing was my risk exceeded 1% of my account. All right, so my Grammarly correcting me. Okay, so this is stuff you guys are watching me work this out in real time. Okay, which is learning in public. Learning in public. So if my stop is going to be set at 10 cents a share every time, I still need to make sure that I have the potential to go at least 10, ideally 15 to 20 cents on the upside. Wow. Okay. You guys are watching me like figure things out live. This is like, I feel like I should have had this figured out months ago, but this is what happens. You think you understand something, and then you start to really challenge your own assumptions. Okay, so the second one, I was looking at a flat top breakout here. And so my risk was, I'm going to put my setup, flat top breakout. My risk was 10 cents a share, which is always my risk on those, but it looks like that's going to be my risk on everything right now because of my account size. Okay, and here I saw price hesitation and price not moving up. Actually, hold on. This one, I only had one exit indicator. So this is where I didn't reset the stop to break even. It was the second one that I did that. So here on this one, after the first exit indicator, I did reset my stop to break even. Then I got out at the second indicator, and that's how it's supposed to work according to my plan. Okay, so I'm not saying my plan is what it should be. Oh, hold on a second. I'll be right back. I got to put my little on-air sign on my door so my kids know I'm on the air. Hold on. All right, I'm back. Okay, sorry. Because sometimes they would knock when they were leaving, or they're adults, but my adult kids live with me. They're awesome. Okay, I love my kids. It's okay, we make the same mistakes too, and your hints and reminders help us learning together. Thank you, HG. Yes, learning together. That is definitely what we're doing here. You're watching me learn in real time. And this is keeping me so much more accountable because, you know, definitely before I was not forcing myself to analyze to this degree, but knowing that you guys are counting on me to do the analysis is really helping me dial it in. Okay. I don't know why I'm chilly. It's not that cold out. I live in New England and in the United States, and the weather here is notorious for changing every 5 seconds. So you have to wear layers here in Massachusetts. I live outside of Boston. You have to wear layers. You can't just have like, you leave in the morning, you're bundled up. In the middle of the day, you're wearing a tank top. At the end of the day, you're wearing a winter coat. It's crazy. Okay. So, all right. So I've got my analysis. I know that I should be looking to see what else is on the scanner, but I really want to dial in this analysis. So today I've had 3 trades. Okay. My R number is abysmal. It's my average R number here is below 1. I'm going to have to figure out, I know there's a way to do it on TraderView, and I have to figure out how to show that the average R number for the trades that I've selected. I don't know where it is. I have to look for it. So I'm red for the day. My accuracy is 66%, but I haven't had any violate. I got to stop a timeout, but I didn't violate it. That was the rule, to take the timeout. Now, if I hadn't taken the 15-minute timeout, then I would have a timeout violation. So right now, these trades are all good trades. I just happened to be red because of that rejection, and also I didn't let my winner run when I should have let my winner run. Which one was that? This one, right? That was this one. Left, profit on the table. And this is the thing. This is the one that I only saw one exit indicator and I got out. But what I'm supposed to do is see one exit indicator, reset my stop to break even, and then let it keep going. And I didn't do that. So, okay. Whew. Yeah, we're in deep intensive analysis this morning already. But the thing is, if I don't analyze it as I go along, so I have my paper journal here where I kind of jot the notes down so I don't forget. And also when you guys tell me cool and interesting things, I jot it down in my paper journal. But I'm almost out of pages. I had to order a new one. I'm a girl, so the color of my journal is incredibly important to me. And so I ordered dark green to match my channel colors. Okay. This one was navy because I wanted something, you know, soothing that felt dependable and together. And now I'm going to go with dark green to match my YouTube channel aesthetic. It's very important to me. Plus, I don't know if you can see, my room is dark green. Green is my favorite color. Not just because I love money, but it's my favorite color. So the room I'm in is dark green. Okay, so, but I do write everything down in my journal, and you know, this is kind of a bullet journal for trading. Okay, I've bullet journaled for years, off and on, and this is kind of like a trading bullet journal. And you know, it's been really helpful to have the paper journal and then the app online. If you're not journaling your trades, please, please, please do that. When I was having like a lot of good luck in the fall as a brand new trader, I wasn't trading pre-market. I was just trading at the market open. I was having like really good luck. I had scaled up at one point to like 1,000 shares. I was having a lot of luck, but I wasn't analyzing what I was doing well and what I was doing wrong. I was like, oh, I got this. I was having that beginner's luck thing. And the thing is, I didn't know why. I didn't know why I was doing well. And so now I'm really dialed in. I was tracking my trades, but I didn't have the same intensity as far as really digging deep to analyze, like, why am I doing what I'm doing? All right, MASK popped up. This has been popping up for a while now, and it has news, but it looks like the relative volume isn't there. So TRAW is popping back up. So I'm going to get rid of AIIO. PMAX below VWAP. That's the one I got my red trade on today. Boo to PMAX. GMEX is below VWAP. So I'm going to get rid of that. MASK, let's see. Okay, something about semiconductors. So that sounds good. Everything looks good, but the relative volume isn't there yet. So I'm going to wait for that to pop up. However, I'm going to keep watching TRAW. The MACD is red now, though. See that? MACD is red. And honestly, it's not going to completely prevent me from taking a trade if it's like, but it's because it's a lagging indicator, but it's definitely something I pay attention to. And when I've ignored MACD, it's cost me. And I took MACD off my charts for one day and I had a mental breakdown. I hated it. It's like super important to me. I don't know why the volume window is so big. Okay, so I'm going to keep an eye on TRAW and MASK. I'm waiting for the relative volume to pop up on MASK. It is going up. I would like to get, I'd like to go green today. My first trade was almost at my stop. So, I would like to get a trade today. Now, I'm not going to trade this until the relative volume's there, but I'm just going to kind of see, well, that's the top of the last move, but this is the high of day. I'm going to look at the daily chart. So there's some potential to go up here. Oh, look at this. I made trend lines a long time ago, apparently, on this chart. That is so funny. Have I traded this before? I didn't trade it, but I had trend lines there that were still, oh, I did. Okay, so I traded it back in March. Okay. I'm going to look at the 5-minute. So it's a pullback on the 5-minute. Because here it's like, is this the beginning of the back of the move? That's what I get concerned about. So, let's take a look. See, now I'm hot again. I'm telling you, it's like New England. Ugh. Okay, let me know if the air conditioner sound is, it's muggy in here, so I'm just putting that on to kind of condition the air, not to cool it off. So it is making another breakout, but the volume bar is going up. If this is the top of the last move and this is the bottom of the low candle, so would this be this is an ABCD pattern, right? Which is something I don't trade, but I'm trying to like see it. So if you think that's an ABCD pattern, please let me know, because for some reason I have whatever part of the brain is responsible for recognizing the ABCD pattern, I think is broken. I've taken the ABCD classes in Warrior Trading's classes like multiple times. I feel like an idiot, but That's what I think this is, right? But then it would have broken out here, right? Or is this another ABCD pattern? Like, I don't really use trend lines a lot, but oops. I used to use trend lines more. And so in this case, I would wait for it to go above the trend line before I would trade it. And if it dropped below the trend line, then I would say, oh, it's on the downside. But now I really use VWAP and horizontal price levels. Guys, I feel like doing this whole, making my trading plan public on Substack was scary, like really scary. But honestly, it was the best thing I could have done. Because even this morning, I was finding inconsistencies, things that were incongruent, and making changes to it. So I'll keep making changes to it. And then maybe what I'll do is like each month I'll do like, next month I'll have like the June one, and then, you know, so that there'll be kind of like a series where you can see the evolution of my trading plan. That might be interesting. It would be interesting for me for sure to see how my trading plan evolves over time. And then for you guys, it might be interesting to see that as well. Okay, so GRNP popped up, but it's above $10. So I won't be trading that. MASK, the relative volume just isn't high enough for me. I want to see 5 times the 50-day average, and right now it's just not high enough. So I'm looking at the top gainers scanner on Warrior Trading. TRAW is near the top. I was looking at AIIO earlier. That's near the top. It's kind of looks like it's grinding higher. They have news from early this morning. Robo AI announces acquisition of data processing and compression technology company Neurovia. Oh, so it was an acquisition. Okay. Higher float. It's a penny stock. Well, the float's not over 20 million. It's under 20 million. I don't generally trade penny stocks, but if I see something really good, I'm going to trade it from now on because I missed a few really, really good moves on penny stocks recently. And I think I was being too rigid. If the price action's good and the volume's good, I'm going to jump in. And even though I'm red today, I stand by my decision to take that first trade. I think that was a good trade, but thank goodness I didn't violate my stop. Ah. Let's see. I hope you guys have good plans for the weekend. This is the first weekend where I can actually get some rest. I have been so busy every weekend, and I am so looking forward to cleaning my house and chilling, maybe going for some hikes and getting some studying done on stocks. And I also am a writer, so I'm going to do some writing, and I'm just really excited to get some stuff done, get my life a little bit more organized. I've been so busy, and I wonder what the weather's going to be like here in New England this weekend. Hope you guys have good weather wherever you are. Rain. Okay, so let's reframe that as a cozy weekend. I was hoping I would get some yard work done, but it looks like there will be a lot of rain. Maybe Sunday I can get some yard work done. All right. I think it's good to get outside a lot because this is just sitting in front of a computer the whole time. So I try to get outside a lot. So AIIO, I think there might be opportunities here. Oh, look at this. Now, okay, I'm not great at recognizing all the patterns, but is this a double, what do you call it? Double shoulders? Head and shoulders right here. The shoulder, the head, the other shoulder. I think this is a head and shoulders pattern. And now it's trading below VWAP and the MACD is red and it's below the 9 EMA. So the shorts took over. Oh, look at that. The shorts took over here. Oh my, look at that. Sorry. I'm going to start getting a clip of Joe Rogan and the other commentators for the UFC whenever something happens like a crazy knockout or submission. They're like, oh! I gotta figure out a way to work that clip into my live stream. Whenever I see like a falling knife, oh! All right, BCDA. BCDA. All right, so let's see. It has news. The float is under 20 million. Relative volume gap. Okay. The volume is under 500,000 still. It's hard to borrow on Thinkorswim. So the volume is still, oh, it just popped over 500,000. So this is something I could look at, but what I don't like is the fact that I have this big red candle. I don't like that. So it pulled back pretty far. I mean, it's just tapping the 9 EMA, but, and it hasn't gone all the way back to the bottom of the previous move. So this is the bottom of the last, whoops. This right here would be the bottom of the last, oh, I forgot. I have the other trend line thing on. Let me put my price levels back. Drawing tools. Here we go. So this is the bottom of the last move, right? So, oh, but now it is. Okay. And it's below VWAP. And it's below the 9 EMA. And that looks bad. But look at that bottom tail. No. All right, so this could be our Friday. That's okay. AIIO is grinding higher. TRAW, I do think that's on the back side of the move. I think this is a head and shoulders pattern. And, you know, I'm not a chart pattern expert, obviously. I'm still a new trader, but I think it is helpful just to kind of categorize what you're seeing. I mean, I'm not going to do anything because it's a head and shoulders pattern, but it kind of helps me see like, oh, this might be the back side of the move, right? MASK. So I drew these trend lines. Let's see if it mattered. It popped below and then back up and right along the trend line, but it popped below VWAP. I'm going to get rid of this because it's so cluttered. I hate the clutter. Wait a minute. So I'm going to take all these trend lines off because I'm not seeing anything. Move drawing. Yeah, so now we're just popping above and below VWAP here. I don't see anything else, guys. Not now. Maybe something will pop up later. It's like crickets. It's like everybody was like, when I used to work in the federal government, when I first started, this is like almost 20 years ago. You know, people don't do this anymore, of course. But in the Old days. Friday, a lot of people would come back from lunch, older people, a little tipsy. Their weekend started at lunch, and Friday afternoon was like, let's clean out some files. Let's organize the supply closet. Like, it was like, people were still working, but it was like easy tasks, stuff that had to be done. But, I think I'm going to clean out, let's clean the supply closet. Let's clean out the microwave from the lunchroom. Like, like easy stuff. And people would come back. They would be like, the weekend's already started, So I wonder if people are like, the weekend's already started. I'm out. I really hope I can get another trade and recover I really don't want a red day going into the weekend. It's kind of my own fault though, because trade number 2, I left money on the table. I cut it short. I could have got 10 cents a share on that. So, I gotta learning in public. All right, so MASK, not really. MACD's red. It's hovering right around VWAP, 9 EMA. Meh. Nothing to look at, really. Let's see. BCDA. Okay, so this is kind of trying to make a move. I don't like this red candle here, though. Let's see. High of day. Let's mark high of day. And then I like to look at the daily chart to see if there are any windows in the daily chart. I mark the high of day because it makes it easier to see. Okay, so this has potential to go up. Let me see. I don't know why it's like moving average. Where's moving average? Oh, look, daily SMA. I can put the daily SMA on the chart? Huh. Let's check that out. And I'm going to try putting the daily simple moving average on all my charts. Oh, but I want to make this the 200. Wait a minute. And I want to make the color purple. That's the color I like for my, so let me resave that. Just try things out. Oh, I also like when it's dotted. This is really, let's see. I like dots. Oh, but it's too big. Let me make, this is what happens with, oh, that's the smallest width I can make it. Let's see, smaller dots. Let's try that. Save as daily. Yes. Save as 5 minute. Yes. Save as. All right. So let's see how that. So the 200 simple moving average is at 142. I've been playing with, having these things on my charts and not. Why isn't this not extending? Okay, 142. So that's a potential point of resistance. I like that I can put, yeah, busy work. Exactly. Everyone would be doing busy work, like stuff that has to happen, like clean out your email, but just, but a few of the older ladies would come back from lunch a little tipsy. They had a liquid lunch. So I think some people might be taking off early. I actually haven't had alcohol since early February, and I'm not quitting drinking forever, but I quit drinking to lose weight, and it helped a lot. I wasn't even drinking that much. Okay, but I feel really good, and I quit caffeine too. I think that made me less jittery trading. I think quitting caffeine helped my trading. I do. All right. So at least, well, we can see it on here now. So you'll like that, Duvon, because you keep bringing up the, well, you use the exponential 200 exponential moving average. I'm using the 200 simple moving average. I don't know, with the data points being 200 data points, I'm not sure if that's as relevant. I mean, I guess it's just what you like, right? It is, of course, the exponential moving average is weighting the more recent data more heavily. So maybe that is a better, that's a good idea for a poll. All right, poll. I'm going to do that poll because I want to find out. All right, AIIO. Okay, AIIO is making a move. So let's see. The relative volume is awesome. Let me just make sure it's not hard to borrow. Easy to borrow. Okay, so this is making a move. This is a potential, maybe a bull flag pullback, or I'm not going to do a micro pullback on this. I'm going to look for like a bull flag pullback. I'm just going to look at the other ones. Everything else is kind of not doing much. So AIIO is the game in town right now, people. As my mother used to say, any port in a storm. So right now we have a high a day at 106, right? I don't even see the simple moving average on here, but I'm going to look in the daily chart. Okay, so we do have a window. It's gone up to $2. Here it went up to $4. There's potential here. AEHL. AEHL. I've seen that before as well. All right, so right now I'm looking at AIIO. It's definitely hitting that 106 mark. It's definitely hitting resistance there. Oh, but I see like big, look at these big sellers on the ask, 61,000, 63,000. Because it's a penny stock, right? I think, yeah, AIIO, look at all the activity on it. So it's pulling back, the volume's pulling back, and I'm looking for a breakout over like 105, 106. But there are some big sellers on the ask. Ooh, wow. So what that means is if I try to get out, I'm competing with these really big sellers. And it's very, I think this is what is referred to as thickly traded. Look at this. There are a lot of orders at 104. Look at this. A lot of orders. Tight spread, 73,000, 71,000, 72,000 at 105. 76,000, 72. I'm not even seeing, so it's, okay, it's kind of getting bought up. 105, see, 105. Now this order's going down, 67, 58. See, a lot of this buying on here, 105, might be that big order at the top. Okay. I mean, I do think it's going to break out. All right, I'm seeing price hesitation, so I'm going to, if I can get at a break even, I will. And if it drops below the 9 EMA, that would be another exit indicator. So okay, so that was a red trade. That was kind of risky, honestly, because of the big sellers on the ask. Oh, I just haven't had a chance to put it into practice. Sorry, I've been really busy. I will though. I'll try to get to it over the weekend. I'll try to see if I can make it work over the weekend. Yeah, so okay, so this one red trade, so I'm out for 15 minutes, guys. All right, so I'm in timeout. 15-minute timeout. So let's take a look. 15 minutes from here is 8:26, so 8:41. 8:41, I can't get back in. All right, and this is good. It's keeping me from doing any over trading or revenge trading, but let's see what happened. So I was looking for a flat top breakout. I saw price hesitation, and then I saw it break the 9 EMA. And those were the two indicators that I used to get out, and I got out before my stop. So I didn't violate any stop. I was hoping it would go back to break even after I saw the price hesitation, and it didn't. And when I saw that it broke the 9 EMA, I was completely out. All right, so red day today. Blah. All right, so let's see. Oh, it hasn't showed up here yet. Sometimes it takes a second to oh, there it is. Okay. So I'm going to export this to my file. And I'm going to say that I shouldn't have taken that trade because the big sellers on the ask. I think I was taking too much of a risk there and I saw it. And so I'm going to put that in my notes because that was, I think, taking too much risk. So let's go to Trader View. I'm going to import that trade. And let's see. Refresh status. All right. All right, so let's journal this one. My risk was 10 cents a share because now, after rereading my trading plan, I can't take more than 10 cents a share risk because that would exceed 1% of my account. All right, so this was a flat top breakout. I saw price hesitation and then it went below the 9 EMA. Wait a minute. Let me see. How do I phrase that? Going below. Okay. below 9 EMA. All right, so that, and then what I'm going to put here is that, so this is what I did wrong. I ignored something on my entry checklist. I was so focused on getting my exits right. No big sellers on the ask. I ignored that. So I don't really have a mechanism in place for tracking that just yet. But I think I should put big sellers on ask. And we'll see if I am going to track that later. But I'm going to say, okay, ignored big sellers on the ask. And then after price hesitation, I tried to get out at break even. But when it hit 9 EMA, I hit sell on the bid. All right, sell on the bid. Bid. Oops, not big. Bid. Yep, Duvon, I'm going to try that. I'm going to try that over the weekend probably. My D is stuck. Okay. All right, so this one, I ignored one of my entry criteria. All right, so now I'm in timeout again. Okay, I'm in timeout again. However, I did get out well before my stop. I'm red on the day. Still, now I'm more red on the day. Okay, and let's see. I'm red on the day. Let's see if I'm red. I'm red on the week, I think. Let's look. Apply. Nope, I'm green on the week. I'm green on the week. Okay, and then on the month, I'm green on the month because I was green last Friday. Okay, so all is not lost. But you can see here, I ignored, but this is, I think I'm building awareness, and I'm going to call that a win because I did see the big sellers on the ask and I got in anyway. I should have just stayed out of that. So you're seeing learning here. Why? All right. So I think this might be the big lesson today. I completely ignored that there were big sellers on the ask. I saw it and I tried to get in anyway. It's not a hard, this is the thing. It's not a hard, like, definitely not get in. But, yep, look, and there's still big sellers on the ask. 26,000, 28,000, 27,000. And it didn't really, let's take a look here. Yep, so here I was looking for the breakout. It popped up and then below. So I got in at 107. I got in right about here. It popped up and then immediately popped back down and sold here. So it never really got, except for this quick pop-up. So would you call this a false breakout? I don't know. I don't know if this is a false breakout. I would say it broke out and it rejected. It popped up and it rejected, and now it's fading off. So good thing I got out when I did. I don't hold on to stocks anymore. I used to do that. That is a way to just eat into your available capital. So all right, AEHL is still not there. BCDA, we'll take that off the list. MASK, we'll take that off the list. TRAW, we'll take that off the list. AIIO, that's still above VWAP. AEHL, I don't know, we can keep that on the list, but I may have to sit with the red day, guys. I'm not allowed to get in until 8:41. I'm on my second timeout of the day, and I know that my timeout rules, which I love, my timeout rules. So I'm in timeout because I had one red trade. If I have 2 red trades in a row, I have to take a 30-minute break. And if I have 3 red trades in a row, I have to stop for the day. And I love these rules. These are really, really, really helping me. But now I'm red on the day and I have 2 red trades. My accuracy, let's see, let's look at my accuracy. Whoops. For today, my accuracy is 50% now. So I've had 2 red trades, 2 green trades, and my losers were bigger than my winners, which is a problem that I'm having across the board. But I didn't violate my stops or anything like that. So my accuracy is in the toilet. So TRAW is popping up again? Nah. No, just trying to make a recovery. That's way below VWAP. Okay, so let's take a look at some of the indicators today. Some of the benchmarks. The S&P 500. I'm going to look at the daily. Still climbing higher, but yesterday, wait a minute. So this is yesterday. Closed a little lower. But overall, the trend is up. Let's look at the VIX. That's good. That's always good. If it's down. The Russell 2000. Okay, nice. 10-year treasury bill. I don't know. Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin hit like 80, almost 83,000, yes, a couple of days ago. I was really hoping it would go up to 86, but go over 85, but I guess not. Silver futures up, gold futures kind of up a little bit. I can't believe gold was so high. All right. So let's take a look here. I mean, AEHL had, I thought it had decent news, but okay. So I don't know, this is what it's like if, oh, DPRO. Let's take a look at that. I can't trade though until 8:41. DPRO. Let's see what's going on though. All right, it has news. Dragonfly Flex FPV drones selected by 2 additional U.S. Department of War units. I love this news. I love this news. It's under $10. The float's a little high at 34 million. The relative volume is up. The gap is up. I love this news. I love drone news. Government contract news, I love, because I know the value to the company is so high. Curious what the daily chart looks like. Oh, look, I traded it way back here in September. Yeah, so there's a window here to 661. I think this has potential. However, let's see. Well, there's a ceasefire, so a fragile U.S.-Iran ceasefire remains in place. President Trump confirmed it is still intact despite recent military clashes where the U.S. fired on Iranian targets in retaliation for strikes on American ships and the Strait of Hormuz. So will drone/military stuff hit the same? I don't know. Let's see. And it's trading below VWAP. So, and look, it doesn't even have a half a million in total share volume. But I'm going to keep it on my list because I think this has potential. But I thought TRAW had potential too. I was like all excited. I thought TRAW was going to be, great. And it just kind of fell flat, right? That's the one I'm green on. I had 2 green trades on TRAW. I thought TRAW was going to give us more of a run, but well, guys, today's a bit of a snoozer, and I'm red. I'm so sad, but I'm green on the week, green on the month. There is still time for me to redeem myself, but I'm not going to chase anything. I made a bad entry on my last one. It's crazy because honestly, the red trades, you can just so clearly see the mistakes. I said it out loud. I said, well, there are a lot of big sellers on the ask, and I know that shouldn't be a complete reason to not get in, but all right, my 15-minute timeout is passed. So now I can I should put a timer on there when I have a timeout. I'll have to find a timer. Let's see. So this is a question related to my mistake on the last trade. How do you decide how big a seller is to decide whether you should or shouldn't enter the trade? What exactly is meant by a big seller? Is it merely a situation where you're using experience to determine what's a big seller on the ask? Or is there a number that you use to determine if it is a big seller? Is there a metric? Because, I'm a numbers-driven person, right? And I'm really trying to do a data-driven approach to trading. And of course, I want experience to play a role. Wisdom is logic plus intuition, and I believe that intuition is developed through experience. However, is there a metric that you use to decide if a seller is too big on the ask? I'm doing some Googling here, some Googling, and if I see a wall that's 5 times the size of surrounding levels at or just above my entry, wait. Okay. Wall 5 times. Let's break this down. A wall that's 5 times the size of, what is surrounding levels? Surrounding levels. Or just above the entry weight. So, according to my quick down and dirty research here, all right, guys, I have to take a quick break, and I will be back in about 5 minutes, and I'll see you guys soon. Okay, bye. All right, I'm back. Sorry. I thought I was worried. I thought street cleaning was today. I didn't want my son's car to get towed, but it's not today. I thought I saw the people out there towing. All right, but someone else just must have had a flat tire. I was like, oh no, my son's car is being towed. Okay, so if you saw like this look of panic on my face, I'm like, I have to go. All right, so what I'm looking at right now is what exactly is the point at which a seller is considered a big seller on the level 2? Because I did it's not that I ignored it. I saw it on the last trade and I noted it, but I didn't necessarily feel that it was a huge deterrent. But why? Why did I go ahead? Did I go ahead because I missed something critical? I think it's because what I'm noticing with my trading is that if I don't nail down a metric and I use feeling, I tend to err on the side of, I'm going to take the trade, right? Because I'm like, oh, like, why can't I, you know? So I need to nail down a metric for it. Okay, so 0.2% of float may be considered a big seller if it moves the spread. Ooh, okay. Thank you. Thank you, Chuck. All right, that's a good one. 0.2% of float. All right. So, in this case, let's see, which one was it that I took? Was it AIIO? Yes. On this one, the float is the float is 19 million. So 0.2% of float, if you have 19 million, sorry, got to break out the calculator, times 0.02 would be 380,000. Okay. No, I did not see sellers that big on there. Okay. So in this case, it shouldn't have prevented me from taking the trade. So now here, I'm you know, of course I'm also using AI. I use Claude. It said, it's saying that if you see a wall that's 5 times the size of surrounding levels or just above your entry, wait. I'll have to go back and look at my live stream to see what I did. But I asked it, what does surrounding levels mean? Because maybe I'm supposed to know that, but I don't. All right. So it says just means the price levels above and below the wall. Okay. All right. So 5 times. So if it's 5 times, say there's a seller at the top of the ask, and that amount is 5 times the sellers under it. 5 times sellers under it or above it, right? Okay, so it says, say the stock is trading at $3.45 and you're looking at the ask side of the ladder. Hold on, I got to clean my glasses, guys. I know I'm drilling down really deep into this, but isn't that the whole point, right? If I don't drill deep into what I did, then I'm likely to make the same mistakes again. And honestly, I have made mistakes repeatedly because I'm only human. But the more I dive down into understanding why I did what I did and what I could have done differently, I think I have a higher chance of improving. And I want to improve 1% every day. So, all right. So, and this I think is honestly a potential topic for a video over the weekend. All right, so say the stock is trading at 345 and you're looking at the ask side of the ladder, you might see 350, 3,000 shares. 349, 4,500 shares. Okay, so if the number of shares are, oh, I see. Okay, all right. So if the wall is at 50,000 shares and you're seeing 5,000 shares, 3,000 shares, that's 10 times or more the surrounding size, which is what makes it stand out as a wall rather than just a normal offer. Okay. So the 5-time rule of thumb. So you're supposed to take the average displayed size at the few price levels around the wall, and if the wall is 5 times that, treat it as a real wall. Okay, that is a metric I can get behind. And I like yours as well, Chuck, that that's in relative to the float. So I like yours, Chuck, but I feel like it would be harder for me to do the math on that because I have to remember what the float is in the moment. Whereas if I look at the wall of shares on the ask compared to the surrounding orders, I think I can do that approximate math a lot faster in my head. So, and honestly, I'm glad I'm having this discussion with you guys because honestly, this is something that's kind of bothered me since day one, and I haven't addressed it until today, which is how do I know what is a big seller? A big seller obviously is something that's relative, but relative to what? And I guess I was hoping that with experience, I would be able to get a feel for what a big seller was, but I like having a metric because then I can kind of say, did I meet that metric or not meet that metric? And if it's close, that's where I guess I have to use experience and intuition, but I'm really trying to have a data-driven approach. So when I go back to do my recap today, I'll probably pull that section of the live stream and go over that decision. Because I feel like that was potentially something that should have kept me from entering that trade. So let me put that on my notes because I use these notes. I didn't ignore. I saw big seller on the ask. Was it more than 0.2% of float or 5 times the size of surrounding orders? So this is something I'm going to ask myself. We're going to watch on my recap. We'll watch my live stream. And saw big sellers. There were more than one. And okay. So this is definitely the trade that is the lesson of the day for me. I've had 4 trades. This is not a great day, but honestly, if I'm learning and it's moving things forward, then it is a great day. All right, 1%. I'm following Kaizen, Kaizen, continuous incremental improvement, which is very, very trendy when I was in business school way back in the day. But it's such a great concept. I've used it for every single thing in my life. So if I am making continuous incremental improvement every day, I know I will get there eventually. All right, FORD popped up, but it's at 970. So, and it's gapped down from its previous day's close. Oh, one of the squirrels that lives across the street in my neighbor's yard, he's like walking down the sidewalk like a person. It's hilarious. I live in the city, but there's some wildlife. It's funny. We have neighborhood cats, we have squirrels, all different birds. Okay. So I don't really feel like I won't trade over $10 right now. That's my cap on my share size. So and there was something else I wanted to mark down for my recap. The trade where my risk, it was this one, the bull flag pullback. Right, the risk exceeded 1% of my account. So this is like the evolution of me learning how to trade. So for a while I had a hard stop of 10 cents a share. And then I realized on some of my bull flag pullbacks, I was ending up missing out on opportunities because I wouldn't even let the price hit the low of the last candle, right? However, if my max risk is $100, then I need to stop at 10 cents a share regardless. So maybe I can only take bull flag pullbacks where the low candle, the difference between the entry and the stop is 10 cents or less. I mean, or do I just cut my stop off at 10 cents? You know, going through my trading plan every morning has really forced me to question every single thing on there. So if you want to check it out and make comments and constructive criticism, please. I put a link, I posted a link to my Substack yesterday. I have it over on Substack. So you can check it out. And I will be posting, that's going to be a living document. And I'll post my updated version every month so that we can kind of see how my trading plan evolves over time, which I think is going to be really interesting. I have had trading plans in the past, but this is the first time I'm getting real serious about it. I should have been serious about it months ago, but I'm real serious about it now. So if you want to check that out, it's over on, you can see the link in Substack. I can see that people are already commenting. So on it, which is great. Let's see what else is popping up. CODX. Let's look at that. CODX. We're at 9 a.m. We might get some news pop up, right? That could happen. Co-Diagnostics joint venture Comira finally releases agreement. Okay, I like biotech. The float is under 20 million. Everything looks good. All right, let's see what the chart looks like. It doesn't have a 500,000 of total volume yet, so I'm going to wait on that. Oh, look, clearly I looked at this previously because I had a line on there. It is hard to borrow on Thinkorswim. Let's see. Did the news just pop up? It did. The news just popped up. So high of day 243. The 200 simple moving average is way up here. And I'm going to look at the daily chart for Windows. Oh, look, I traded it before. Okay. So there's definitely a window back to like 440. But this is a big red candle. I don't love that. Apparently that's the day I traded it. So now the total volume is over 500,000. Let's see. Let's look at the news more closely. It says that Co-Diagnostics joint venture Comira finally finalizes lease agreement for manufacturing facility in Saudi Arabia's Sudair industrial city. I mean, that's not like amazing news. Okay, so they finalized a lease agreement for a planned manufacturing facility. Okay, but it's not like they did a thing. Like, you know, it's fine. It's fine. It's like when you're fighting with your girlfriend. It's fine. You know, it's not fine, guys. That news is, it's fine. All right, so I think this is one to watch. Let's go down the list, see where everything is right now. AEHL, really flat. Take that off my list. Oops. AIIO. That looks like it might, well, it's trying to curl up. Looks like it's on the back side of the move. But it's above VWAP, so I'm going to keep that on there. TRAW, way below VWAP. I'm bummed about this because I thought this had great news. I'm rooting for you, TRAW. CODX, DPRO, nope. FWRD. It looks really flat. And it doesn't have a 500,000 of volume yet. So CODX. I don't know. I don't like this. It popped up. It's kind of choppy. Choppy. Yeah, it looks like I have to sit. I might have to sit with a red day today. I only have an hour left of trading, and honestly, it's just like crickets. But, you know, there's been a lot of learning today. My journaling is getting better and better. One thing I haven't utilized yet is the journal on here, and I need to start doing that. They have a journal on TraderView, but because I'm doing my recap every day, so I kind of feel like it's a little redundant. But maybe this is where I start, because tracking things like if I had a daily max loss or So I had 4 trades today. So let's see. When I started today, let's look. Do I have... I think I have... How many trades am I in towards potentially scaling up? Okay, so yesterday was the first day. So yesterday and today count towards scaling up. So let's see how close I am to scaling up. Let's look at my criteria for scaling up to 150 shares. I have to have no discretionary stop violations, and I have 0. Okay. My win rate has to be at least 50%. Let's see where I'm at with that. It has to be the average over the last 20 trades, but I had to restart the clock because Tuesday I had a timeout violation and Wednesday I had no trades. So right now my win rate is over 50%, but my average R number is way below 0.8. That's going to be the thing that holds me back. I haven't had any daily loss limits and no timeout violations. So I had one Tuesday, so I had to restart. So I have, let's see, 8 trades out of 20, but I can't move up. The thing that's really going to be the bottleneck for me, I'm at 8 of 20. The thing that's really going to be a bottleneck for me is I'm not letting my winners run. And that's killing my profit loss. So I cannot go up to 150 shares until I get that problem solved. Even if I'm doing well at risk management, I can't move up until I have solved my profitability problem. So it's the way it's got to be, right? That is the way it's got to be. Now, what would cause me to have to scale down to 50 shares? I mean, I already went from 500 to 100, and I'm not even sure that I needed to scale all the way down. So I guess I should have gone maybe to 300, but I don't know. I just wanted to start over. So what would cause me to scale down if I have 3 discretionary stop violations in 1 week, if I have 2 daily loss limit hits in a week, and 3 consecutive red days? So I haven't hit any of those. So every day I really need to look at my scaling up, scaling down rules to see where I'm at. and see like, okay, is anything going to cause me to have to scale down? And is there anything that's going to cause me to, and what do I need to do in order to scale up? So this week, my goal was working on my stops, which I've made a lot of progress on. And I'll be doing my Substack recap on that later after I do my daily recap here. So, you know, stay tuned for that. And then I will be looking at my last 30 days of data to determine what my next bottleneck is. And that's how I'm selecting my weekly goals. I'm using the theory of constraints. I'm trying to figure out what is the one thing in my last 30 days of data that is holding me back from moving forward in my trading. And that is how I'm determining what my weekly goal is. So sometimes I'll have the same weekly goal. You know, if that's still the problem, it's still the problem. Right? Just because you get bored trying to solve a problem doesn't mean the problem goes away, right? The bottleneck is the bottleneck. So this is how I'm choosing my weekly trading goal. So we'll see after today, and I'll post on Monday morning what next week's goal is, but I have a feeling, I don't know. I'll have to look at the data. I'm going to let the data decide. I'm not going to use feelings on that. I mean, I'm not throwing intuition out the window completely, obviously, but I'm questioning everything and questioning using data. How long will it take me to get back up to 500 shares? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 levels up. That's 4 levels up. So it would take me a minimum of 80 trades to get back to 500 shares. That would be a minimum. I feel like that's not going to happen, but you know, I'm not going to scale up before I'm ready because I've done that before and then it's just a mess. So, all right. Okay, guys, I'm going to take another break because I need more tea for the market open. And then I'm going to come back and maybe we'll get something at the market open. I am out of timeout, so I can trade. Okay. So let's see if anything comes up. So I'll take a break. I'll be back in 5 minutes and I will see you soon. All right, I'm back. All right, let's see. Did I miss anything? I can trade again. Woohoo! CODX. It's really like kind of slow today, huh? There are a few things that popped up, but they are over my price range. Like SIF. SIF popped up. Let's take a look. Oh, but the price is down on that. So TRAW is like trying to grind back up towards VWAP. Yeah, this could be, I could be sitting with a red day, and that's how it goes. I made mistakes. Mistakes were made on this day. One of my kids said that once. Okay. One time the kids and I had a really bad day logistically when they were little. And one of my kids said, mistakes were made on this day. I always think of that when I make a mistake on something. So mistakes were made on this day, and that's okay. You know, we're just going to move forward, learning. Let's see, JDZG. Let's see. That's not doing anything. All right. Yeah, there's really not much going on. We'll see what happens at market open. Anything could happen. Plus, there'll be more volume, hopefully, in the market at market open. And oh, see, this is kind of messing up the sizing on my chart. Yeah, I'll have to try yours, Duvan, over the weekend because it's messing up the proportions on my chart. So I like yours. You said it makes it disappear when it's not close. I like that. So I'm going to try that over the weekend. Good morning, Haas. Welcome to the party. I have 2 red trades, 2 green trades, and I'm red on the day. But lots of lessons learned. Hopefully I won't make the same mistake. The first red trade was just, I think, a rejection. I got out right before my stop. The second trade, I think I may have made a mistake entering it. I saw big sellers on the ask and I got in anyway. We had a deep discussion about what a big seller on the ask is. So in the recap, I'm going to look at the live stream and see if I should have gotten in or not. But it was a red trade, so we'll see. We'll see how that goes. And I sticking to my timeout. So I had 2 red trades. So on each trade, I had to take a 15-minute timeout. Now, the trades were not in a row. If I have 2 red trades in a row, I have to take 30 minutes off. But 1 red trade by itself, I only have to take off 15 minutes. And I did it. And it's really great, honestly. It's forcing me to analyze way deeper because instead of just jumping into the next trade, trying to redeem myself, which I don't even think I was doing that. But it's great. The timeout thing is honestly the best thing I could have done. I love it. So, I've had 2 timeouts today because I've had 2 red trades. But I really went deep on analyzing them both and put them on my trader view. So I think today's recap, excuse me, it's going to be very informative. I really think so. So let's see, let's put, so yes, I'm red on the day. I'm 50% accuracy. And my largest loss was right before my stop. So, but today my journaling is on point. I have journals, entries I wrote out for each one, really went deep into it. I've got tags for everything. So I think even if I have to sit with a red day, I think today was an excellent day in terms of analysis and figuring it out. So, but nothing seems to be popping up on the scanners, guys. I mean, it's a pretty low activity day, I think. Yeah, so my entry checklist, on the one that I screwed up, big sellers on the ask, I just didn't have a metric for it. So we had some discussion about that. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Well, isn't that what we're doing here? We're trying to learn from each other, right? That's the goal. I'm learning from you guys. You're learning from watching me make mistakes. But, you know, hey, and we'll see what works and what doesn't, and we'll all just keep learning together and evolving together. Because, you know, I'm on my journey. Like, when I hear people say, like, how long will it take to get good at trading? That question really annoys me because, like, it's not a linear progression. You know, it's not like you can say, oh, well, if you trade 3 hours a day for this many days, you're going to get this good. Like when I first started, I was paper trading and I was only trading at the market open. And when I started with real money, I was only trading at the market open. So I was only trading for like an hour a day. And I was taking Warrior Trading's classes, trying to figure out just the basics, figure out the platform. And then it wasn't until November that I committed to sitting down every day from 7 to 11. And then that kind of shortened over time. I was feeling like I was doing better in the pre-market, so it kind of shortened, my window shortened, but I'll still trade other times of the day, pop on other times of the day, even if I don't live stream. But thank you so much. I hope that watching me stumble through it is helpful for you guys. You know, it's helpful to me when you guys come up with constructive feedback. I love that. So 2 things on my entry, let's see. 2 things on my entry became apparent today that I was risking more than my 1% of my account. And also that the level 2 big sellers thing. So those are 2 lessons that popped up today. Honestly, posting my trading plan on Substack, going public with my trading plan has forced me to really dial in. So, I mean, why not? Why not go public with it? Like, what am I keeping a secret? You all know all this stuff anyway. I mean, we all know a lot of this stuff anyway. But maybe I'm missing something that one of you guys uses that would be really helpful. Or maybe there's something that I put that you might, let me check that out. Yeah. So my entry checklist and my exit checklist. Of course, one is like entry checklist and the other one is exit indicators. I'm not using the same verbiage. I'm going to have to fix that. That annoys me. I like things to be consistent. And then I have check boxes in the beginning and then I have bullet points at the end. That's really bothering me, guys. I got to fix that. So So I have to make my bullet points and check boxes consistent. Otherwise, that will really get to me. All right, so I really haven't seen anything yet, but the market opens in less than 3 minutes. So I'm going to get ready for that. I'm going to make sure my scanner is up. I'm going to make sure my 10-second chart is up. And that way I can see everything that I want to look at. Let's see, when the market opens. Now, a big difference between market open and pre-market for me is my stop. So I put this note here, after the market opens, I have to put a stop loss right after placing the order. Okay? That's going to be a big no-no if I forget to do that. So, big no-no. All right, so I have to remember that. And that's why I thank you guys for forcing me to get a whiteboard. I love it. Although I have to erase the stuff on the back. The back's getting really messy. Let me do that. I'm very like, I guess I'm very classic type A. I need like a sponge to clean this off. So, you know, getting the whiteboard was, you guys were right. I've had multiple viewers say, get a whiteboard, and I'm glad I did. So it was cheap on Amazon. I had enough points on Amazon that I got it actually for free. So, because I used the Prime card. So, all right, so I cleaned the back so I won't get any marker on my clothes now on the back. I had to clean the back. But on the front, okay, oops, some of my letters got smushed. Let me fix that. After the market open, place stop loss. Okay. After market open, place, I don't know if you can see it. My light's so bright. After the market open, place stop loss. That is absolutely one of the things I have to do if I place an order after the market open, because I lost some big money not doing that. Yes, I do. So if I'm trading on the 1-minute chart and I have the MACD here, down here. So I do. That's on my entry checklist. I think it's really important. Good question. Very good question, Haas. Oh, wow. A lot is popping up. Okay, but not all of it is in my price range. So I'm not going to trade the first 5 minutes anyway. I sit out the first 5 minutes anyway. But yes, I do check the MACD. It's a lagging indicator, so it's not like, I need to prioritize my entry checklist like I did my stock selection criteria and decide which ones are more important and which ones are less important. WEST. Huh. Let's look at this one. WEST. Oh, wow. Okay. It's got news from earlier. Adjusted earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. I remembered it. EBITDA. See, that's the old accounting coming back. I had a tax accounting. I worked in a tax accounting firm for a while, and I also had my own accounting business and bookkeeping business for a while back in the day, before I worked for the federal government. So I blanked out one day when I was looking at some news and I couldn't remember what DA was, but now I remember. Earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. just popped in. Okay, so WEST, the float's a little high, so 30 million, but everything else looks good. And they adjusted their earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. So I think this one is one to watch. However, my share price limit is $10. So if it goes over $10, I can't trade it. AIIO, that was up this morning. Let's see. Okay. That was definitely on the scanner this morning, but let's see. And that has good news. 190,000 in realized gains from its genius plan. That's kind of funny. Okay, their genius plan. So I'm looking at AIIO, that's on the top gainer scanner. AIIO, did that come back? Not really. But I don't know. I'm not going to trade the first 5 minutes. I'm going to look for real. So this is really potential. Let's see. What does it look like on the daily chart? Oh, this could be, I don't see any windows on this. CODX, nope. TRAW, nope. I'm going to look at West. WEST. I like their ticker symbol. That's a cool ticker symbol. I would be looking for a bull flag pullback. So if I did get in, I would have to get in before it hits $10. Okay. And then right after I get in, I need to place a stop loss order on the ladder to sell. Okay. So this is like a little flat dot breakout, but we're still in the 5-minute window. So I'm not going to trade. I'm looking for maybe a bull flag pullback. Oh, MASK is popping up again. Let's see. Okay. MASK is popping up. Okay, so now we're past the 5-minute mark. I'm looking to maybe get, they're hard to borrow. Let me just check mask. Mask is also hard to borrow. Okay. WEST. Looks like it's pulling back, but it's really extended off the 9 EMA. So, and it's got a topping tail here, so I wouldn't be surprised if we're looking for a bull flag pullback. MASK. And look at the volume has gone way down as it's getting more extended off the 9 EMA. And the volume's going down here as well as it's kind of pulling back. FNKO. I'm going to look at FNKO as well. FNKO. The float's kind of high, but I'm going to look at price action over everything else. Wow. Okay. Oh, look at that. It just tapped this level, 604. So we might see a real pullback on the 1 minute. AEHL, a little too choppy. AIIO, possibly? Wow, that looks good. WEST. Let me see this on the 5 minute. Okay. TRAW is making a run for VWAP. MASK, this looks like a real pullback. But the profit loss ratio is huge here. I mean, inverted, you know? I would want to see it pull back a lot more. TRAW, CODX. I'm going to take CODX off. TRAW might make a break for VWAP. Look at FNKO. It's still grinding up, but the total volume on FNKO isn't 500,000 yet. So I'm going to leave that on there and see what happens. So let's see. Do we have a real pullback here? This is the low candle right now. Oops, move my stops down here. Okay. So it's the risk reward is a little inverted, but again, I have to set my stop at 10 cents a share. But here I'm looking at 18 cents a share. Okay, so that's more than 10 cents a share, potentially. Look at how, wow. So I'd be looking for a breakout. I want to see confirmation on the, it has low total volume, but I'd want to see confirmation on the volume bar. And I would want to see, I just feel like these volume bars are choppy. Like here, the volume's going down through this section, popped up again, volume down, popped up again. I don't know, it's kind of choppy. I think it's kind of choppy. A bunch of people popped off, so I'm guessing everyone's trying to trade now. That's great. Let's see. RXT. Wait a minute. RXT. I traded that yesterday. Ooh, okay. Well, it's trading as a continuation stock. But let's see if the price action's clean, because I feel like, where did WST go? I feel like West is kind of choppy on the volume. I don't love the volume bars. All right, so we have this little topping tail reversal here. FNKO has over 500,000 now. This looks like a potential, But the volume, that's what I don't like. Look at this. The price is going up and the volume is not there. Well, it wasn't there before, right? The total volume wasn't there. This has a good profit loss ratio. The stop is within 10 cents. It's 9 cents. But does it have the volume? Let's see, FNKO. The relative volume is high, but I don't know if it has the actual volume. And then when it hit this level, this was kind of like a double top on the daily chart, right? I'm going to let go of AIIO. WEST. I don't like the choppiness on that one. TRAW. It's breaking VWAP. I'm going to hold on hope that that's going to come back up. But now FNKO broke the 9 EMA. It tapped VWAP and went below VWAP a little bit. I don't like that. So when I look at my entry checklist, the price is below VWAP. So RXT, this low candle, it's almost tapping VWAP. That's an inverted profit loss ratio. So that's too low for me for a bull flag pullback. This would be more like a micro pullback. This would be the top of the low candle. Even then, no, that's acceptable, but this is breaking out more like a, I don't know. RXT. I'm looking at RXT on the 10-second chart. Yeah, this is just not enough. I don't like this profit loss ratio. Right here, it's too much of a loss and not enough profit. I'll wait for another breakout. So let's see. TRAW broke above VWAP. Look at that. FNKO. Nope. Below the 9 EMA, below VWAP. RXT. I want to see this on the daily. Okay, so the high is 462 over here. So it could go higher, but look at that. It's really high. Yep. High of day. Oh, wow. Yesterday, I traded it yesterday, but I was fortunate enough to be on the upside of that one. So now it's making another leg higher. So I'm looking for another pullback to get in. I'm definitely looking for another pullback to get in on this. But the volume's not going up as the price goes up. It's going down. So that's not a great sign. FNKO. I had hopes for this, but the volume looked kind of choppy on this. So, and now it's below VWAP and below the 9 EMA. So that's a no-go for me. TRAW, hovering right around VWAP. Okay, FTCI, SRTS, what's that? SRTS. Oh, but that gap down. MRVI, let's take a look at that. MRVI. Interesting. Interesting. FNKO. Scalped a $13 profit on Tesla. Woohoo! Nice. Nice. That's awesome. Oh, what did I just take off my list? MASK. I just took something off my list. I've got RXT. Let's see if if TRAW maintains. Good job, Haas. Hey, that's awesome. Oh, AEHL looks like it's trying to make a move. I don't know. I'm feeling like I'm not seeing much. Let's see. RXT, I kind of hoped I would get something today on that. Nope. MASK is... It's above VWAP, but it's below the 9 EMA. And the MACD is red. KDK. Nope. DMRC. DMRC is high in price. And the relative volume's not there. ALGS. ALGS looks like it could be interesting. Let's take a look. ALGS. Nope. Nope. ERNA popped up again. Very low relative volume, and it's gap down. TSLL is way cheaper to play than TS Tesla. Oh, okay. Is it something that mirrors Tesla? TSLL. Let's see. It looks like it's something that mirrors Tesla. Okay. It's still above my $10, but hey. PYXS. Lots of things are popping up, but I haven't seen anything that really meets my criteria. My current criteria. It's a weird day. It's Friday, right? Okay. Yep. I definitely want to branch out into, you know, I know a lot of people do stuff like scalp Tesla, or I want to branch out into some of that. Well, I've got 8 more minutes. I'm not saying something can't pop up in 8 minutes, but there's a good chance I'm sitting on a red day. Oh, MASK popped up. Woohoo! So let's see what happens. Let me pull this up on the 10-second chart so I can look for micro pullbacks. Because when I see it pop up like that, I think, this could... Looks like a... pullback on the 10-second. All right. So it's pulling back. So this is the top of the low candle right now. And it flipped to green on MACD. It's above the 9 EMA. It's above VWAP. I don't see any huge sellers on the, although by the criteria that we were looking at, this is more than 5 times this, but this is where I think you have to use some discretion, right? MACD, the volume's pulling back on the pullback, which is nice. Let's just check. Right, hard to borrow. More than 500,000. So now this is the low candle, potentially. So this is a better potential profit loss ratio, right? I mean, yep. I wouldn't be risking if I used this. Oh, there we go. It's breaking out. But is the volume bar going up enough? Oh, I didn't feel confident about it. Yeah, didn't feel confident about it. And this profit loss ratio, because if this is really the low of the candle and this is the breakout, then that's not a great profit loss ratio. So I had high hopes for that, but no. Okay. And Throw 1,000 on TSLL and walk away for an hour. You can thank me later. I know, right? I mean, that's a different kind of investing. And that's over my $10 a share. But TJ, you're funny. Oh, see, it did break out, but I don't know. I didn't like the profit loss ratio here. So now I'll have to wait for another pullback. I mean, I don't want to chase something. It's almost 10 o'clock, but I would love to get another trade, another green trade. I would love to get another green trade. But I can't be emotional about it, right? I can't chase. All right, so TRAW, RXT, TSLL. That's the one that TJ said. I know, but large cap stocks are more predictable compared to low caps. Yeah, definitely. And, you know, that's kind of, you know, I definitely want to explore that more because they are more predictable, right? They are more predictable. So, you know, I'm not saying that's why I'm kind of, my strategy's evolving. You know, I'm hearing you guys. So you're getting bored. I feel you. Trust me. I feel you. It's boring when it just kind of nothing happens, right? Wow, Haas, that's great. $23. That's awesome. So there you go. Yeah, I mean, so I think, you know, I definitely want to expand into other strategies for sure. And especially hearing you guys started with a $4,000 account. Right. That's great. So I think, you know, I definitely want to move into other strategies, but I want to do it like strategically, you know, because I want to be able to have other options for sure. Oh, MASK. I definitely want to have other options. So MASK did make the move, but I think I made the right choice not to get in because the profit loss ratio made no sense. And now here we have a pullback below the 9 EMA. So I think, let's see, wait, something's popping up. I'll take a look. CTNT. So for those of you who do trade larger cap stocks, do you keep pretty much the same strategy, but you just apply it? Wow, TJ, that's awesome. What? Awesome. Awesome, awesome. So do you guys just take the same strategy and apply it to large caps, or do you adjust your entries and your exits in some way? Because I haven't really kind of delved into it, and I would like to. You know, I would definitely like to. Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, I would love to kind of expand, but I'm kind of curious, like, how much do you have to adjust your strategy, you know? Um, all right, guys, I want to stay on, but I don't want to chase. Large caps are mostly based on news and what the, right, this, yeah, the SPY is doing. So I definitely want to get more into that. And I definitely want to get it more into that. So maybe I should start putting together a potential trading plan for that. That way I can kind of flip back and forth between both. Wow, thanks for kind of encouraging me on that. Yeah, I'm definitely interested in that. Okay, so watching Stocked Up on YouTube is helpful. Okay, so I'm going to check that out. See, I've got my notebook stocked up. All right. Because what I would want to do is definitely kind of come at it a little bit more intentionally and strategically and have like a separate trading plan for that, only because I know myself and I know that I don't want to get confused between the two strategies, right? I could definitely see myself doing that. I could definitely see myself getting confused. Um, Guys, this has been like a really good learning day. I know I came out red, and the main point is to make money, but I'm really happy with the learning that I've done today. Wait, I see something popping up. OLOX. Let's take a look. Ooh, I'm going to take a look at this real quick. Oh, it just halted. TJ, this just halted. OLOX. It just halted. This is like what this is your thing, right? Let's see. There's no news, but the float is only 6 million. The relative volume is over 5. It's only gapped up 3% over the previous day's close, but this looks potentially very good. It's resuming up 15%. See? Ooh. So if it's resuming at 620, if I tried to get in now, it's going to put me at 620, right? And then let's hope, like, if it, right? Halts sometimes I'm like, I don't really understand. Okay. So if I'm not in it now, but if the resumption price is 620 and I put in an order, theoretically the order should go in at 620. And if it's the first halt, then hopefully it would halt going up. I'm going to look at the daily chart. Oh, wow. Okay. So there's definitely potential there, right? If I do a limit order, it will just skip over it. Got it. So I should wait for the resumption. If I were going to trade it, I would wait for the resumption. But the total volume, look at how low the total volume is. Is that a factor, a limiting factor for you, or no? MX. MX. Let me take a look at MX. This might be one of those days where I stay longer because there's so much going on. MX. Let's see, current trading halts. OLOX halted at 318. No, wait. Yeah. 10:03, 18 seconds. 10:03. So it's going to come back at, if it's only a 5-minute halt, it'll be 3:23. Sorry, 8. 10:03. 10:08. 10:08 and 18 seconds. Sorry. $30 seconds. All right, let's see what happens. I'm curious what's going to happen. I should have popcorn. Oh, maybe it's a 10-minute halt. No? No, 18 seconds. Maybe it's a 10-minute halt at 5:75. Yeah. Yeah, because it missed the halt. They're like, calm down, everybody. That went below the 9 EMA. Alrighty, well, I am going to call it a day, guys. I had a great time. You're still in. STFS. STFS. Oh, wow. Okay. TJ, I am rooting for you. You're brave. I like your, fortune favors the bold, right? All right, guys, I got to call it. I do have other things I have to do, but I'm going to get my recap done and go over on Substack. And then I hope you guys have a great, great, great weekend. And I will see you guys Monday morning.